Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Pro User Interviews. My name's Kevin, and I'm leading the charge here at Zenler to show you pro and premium users and how exactly they're using the Zenler platform and its features to be able to sell the courses that they're creating. And today I'm really pleased to be able to welcome Warren as another pro user and have today's interview. So hi Warren.
Hello Kevin.
How are you doing today? You good?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Excellent. Yes, very good. Thank you very much. So for people that are unfamiliar with you, Warren, can you just explain a little bit about who you are and what it is that you teach, please?
My name is Warren Broadbent from Sunderland in the northeast of England. My two passions in life has really been sport and self-development. Keen sports person myself, so I've developed an online course which is called The Right Mindset, the route to game, set and match for tennis players.
Excellent. So how did you get into actually teaching that? What was it that you went through to get you to the point where you said, actually, I want to create this course and I want to teach people how to do this?
Frustration of playing tennis and seeing numerous people not being able to, if you wish, fulfill their potential. And I'd already had a passion for self-development, and I've been involved in sport since I was a young kid. And one of my personal mantras in life is to help and support people to fulfill their potential. So it was a bit of seeing people being frustrated and thinking, right, it's not about just technique, it's about the mindset that people have got, because they can play very well in practice, but when they go into a match arena, they then struggle. So I identified a gap, and through all my research and experience and speaking with relevant people, from professional players and coaches to recreational players and coaches, I developed this course.
Fantastic. Okay, so you decided that you wanted to put this course together, and of course, whenever that happens, you've got to then work out how you're going to sell it. So you found Zenler. How did you get introduced to Zenler? And was it the first learning management system that you tried?
I got into Zenler via a group I'm in, and I saw somebody promote it, and they said it was very good. In my, if you wish, day-to-day job, I actually deliver management apprenticeships. So I've actually used many learning systems. So I'm very familiar with learning systems. So Zenler's not the first one I've used, but I just liked how it was all in one and how easy it has been to learn. You know, I'm not a web designer, I'm not a marketer. That's not my background. So when I was looking for the platform, I wanted something that had ease of use, functionality, but also everything was in one place. So I wasn't having to learn and master multiple platforms.
Yeah, I get that. And a lot of people feel the same way, because a lot of LMS systems that are out there, they'll do the course bit, but then you've got to get this to make that work, and that to do email stuff, and that to do other bits, and it can become quite complicated. And Zenler's goal was always to create an all-in-one system with learning management at the heart of it, but for people that are not designers to be able to just put their stuff together reasonably stress-free and to be able to sell their courses and their information. So it's good to hear that. So when you decided, and a lot of people that will be watching this will be either considering creating their first course or in the process of thinking, you know, I've got a skill and I want to sort of cobble it together somehow to be able to sell it and help other people. Did you have a process when you created your course on how to put the information together? Was there a certain structure to it, or how have you done that?
Well, because I've worked in education for a number of years, that part of actually doing this is the easiest bit for me. But I think really what you've got, if you're new to online education, I think you need to identify what problem or what pain your potential customers are experiencing, and then design the course to take them on a journey to fix their problem or ease their pain. So I think that's really where your starting point is, and then you can work out your lessons and your modules from there.
Okay, so as far as the format of your course goes, do you deliver by video or PDF or combination or audio? How does that work for your course?
It's a combination of videos, presentations, and PDF handouts.
Excellent. And what do you do with your students, or what are the plans to keep your students engaged? One of the biggest problems in any educational situation, and you know this anyway, is it's all well and good. We give them people come along, they buy a course, but we want them to finish the course, because their goal is to get them to the end of the course so they've learned whatever that objective is. That's what, as a course creator, we want them to do. But often when they come in, they need some form of encouragement, engagement, whatever it might be, to get them to the end point. Do you have a strategy in place that keeps that engagement flowing through, or accountability even?
I think the one thing when you're designing learning, you've got to design learning that fits different learning styles.
Yeah.
And by fitting different learning styles, hopefully you will keep them engaged. But I also think that if you've also got practical exercises for the learner to do, that also keeps them engaged. And it's also about them having the support mechanism as well. So I'll have a designated email address that they can contact me on, ask me any questions at any time, and also be regularly sending out emails to the learners to keep them motivated and hope to keep them engaged to finish the course. Because end of the day, my personal thing is I get a personal satisfaction out of seeing people develop. So the last thing I actually want is someone to not complete the course.
So do you think something like assignments going through each module is something that will be included in your courses?
There'll be practical exercises. There's practical exercises for each module for the learner to take them on, if you wish, on a bit of a journey each module until they reach the end of the course, when they'll have the transformation, if you wish, will have happened. But they won't actually submit any assignments.
No official assignments, but you're going to keep an eye on that and be available if they need extra support, so they can email you, or maybe even use the community function within these. Is that something that you're going to add in? Or
certainly, I think that's an excellent feature, and peer-to-peer learning, which the community really is to a degree, I think is invaluable from my experiences of working in education.
Perfect. Okay, so this is the point where I'll ask you to share your screen, and let's just have a look at what you've put together. Now, as I always say, whenever we look at these sites, I find it fascinating, because when you create your site in Zenler, you get certain pages that are templated already. So Zenler help you do this. So they'll create a home page for you. If you create a course, it will create your sales page and your checkout page and all of those things. And the idea is you go in and customize it as much or as little as you want. So Warren, let's have a look at your home page first, please. And let's see what that looks like.
There we go.
So your business is WB Positive Learning?
That's correct, yes.
So do you want to just walk us through the page, and as you scroll down, and just let us know about the different elements that you've got in there? Well,
firstly, it's just a really quick introduction to the company and to a little picture of myself. So I think it's a little bit so people know I'm a real person, if you wish. It's not a faceless company. So there's really just a very quick introduction. Then there's really why people should learn with myself and with my company on this page, to reassure them, to comfort them, give them confidence that they are the right journey. A little bit more about the company, and then we have the course that I developed, the right mindset, the route to game, set and match. Then I have some student testimonials from there, which again is to reassure people, to give them confidence that they are dealing with someone. And then a little bit more information about me as a person. And then at the bottom really is they can sign up to a newsletter, and also as part of that newsletter is a free ebook on mindset in tennis for the person as well.
Fantastic. So do you want to just take us into your course sales page, and let's have a quick look at what that is?
Right, yeah, there we go. So basically, sales and marketing, as I mentioned, really isn't my forte, if we wish. So I have had a little bit of advice about how to structure this as well. But really what I've got really is a video basically outlining the course and selling the course, the benefits of the course, and everything associated with it. Then we've got our call to action button for people to hopefully purchase the course. Then there's a bit more narrative and a bit more written information about the course, about why would people want to buy the course, what who is the course for, what types of problems is it going to help people resolve, and how is it going to transform them as tennis players. It is. Again, we've got a little call to action button, and then underneath that we've got what the course modules. It's broken down into 6 modules, and there's a little bit information about each module and what the individuals will experience and achieve from each module. Then we've got a bit more information about what extras they will receive, such as a free ebook, such as step-by-step guides to support them, worksheets, practical exercises, direct support, etc. And then again, we've got a little bit information about me as who I am, and also some student testimonials. And at the bottom, we have some frequently asked questions to reassure people, to if they have got any concerns, hopefully it's covered in this section here to reassure them.
Fantastic. And going through the homepage and the sales page for this particular course, and this is quite a young site, so this is still being developed fully. There's a couple of things that look really great here, and you've got the testimonials on both pages. That's brilliant. They're using the blocks there. What I really like about the sales page is how you've used the course curriculum aspect, but it's not the typical one that most people use. You've laid that out a little bit differently. Normally it's just down in a big line with start here and all of that stuff. That actually looks really nice. So that's a way of laying out what's in your course and making it look a bit unique, which is really, really good. Sales pages and sites and that are not about getting everything perfect. They're about getting them to do their job, and their job is to engage with people, to warm people up and get them involved in whatever it is you're offering. Perfection is not what we look for with these things, but something that's different, something that's great and engaging. And I see that in both of these pages, which is brilliant. How did you find putting that together? Did you find it particularly difficult, or was it okay?
I think, like any new system at the beginning, yes, it was time consuming. But I think the beauty of Zenler is it's easy to pick up. So, and it's quite quick to pick up as well. So it didn't take as long as I anticipated, which I think is a compliment to Zenler.
Perfect. Okay, do you want to stop sharing your screen now, and we'll start to round up the interview?
Yep.
When we get to this point, I always ask the same question, and bearing in mind what you do within your course and what else you do in the education sector, this would probably be quite a good response here. So one of the things that I like to say is we often have new people coming into New Zenler. They're frightened of creating courses. They're not quite sure where to start. Maybe they're overwhelmed with the tech or the enormity of what they've made this task into. But every course creator has started somewhere, and everyone that I've interviewed has got to the point where they've got a course put together, which means they're a step forward than new course creators. So I always like to ask this question and just see where it flows. So my lasting question is, for brand new course creators, ones that have not put one together yet but just got the bug to do it, and they're really excited about the prospect of it, what would your go-to piece of advice be for them as a brand new course creator?
I think as a brand new course creator, one of the things would be to make sure you do research on your course. Make sure you are going to be developing a course that people want. Gain the feedback from people, trial it, and it's about evolving. You know, you've got to listen to the feedback and evolve with the feedback, which is absolutely key, because you know, we all think we've got something great and fantastic and wonderful, but we need to make sure that it fits what our potential learners desires, needs, wants are. So the thing would be making sure you do your market research, and from a technical point of view, I would strongly recommend using Zenler for the reason that it's all in one and it's easy of use, and you're not having to learn multiple platforms, because that technology can be a barrier.
Yeah. Perfect. And I completely echo that. You know, when we put our first course out many years ago, how it looks then to how we put courses out now is completely different. You do evolve as a course creator. You become more experienced just in the way that you teach. And often people have their own skill set as to what they're teaching, and they've never done this stuff before. So, you know, start at the beginning, look towards the future. Feedback is critical. So completely echo what you've said there, Warren. That's really, really great advice. So thank you so much for your interview and sharing your site with us. That's hugely appreciated. For those of you watching this, please do look at the link below the video. You'll see this. You can follow this through to Warren's site, so you can keep up to date with what he's doing there. If you're really interested in the mindset specifically around tennis, then go and get the free ebook that's there if it's still available. By all means, and engage and ask questions as much as you wish. We'll always come back to the video and answer anything that comes on regarding this particular pro user interview. But for now, Warren, I just want to thank you again for your time. It's been fascinating listening to what you're doing. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
And I look forward, for the rest of you that are watching this, to delivering the next pro user interview. So look out for that. And until then, have fun using Zenler and creating your courses. Thanks, everyone.